Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Okay, we're going to continue inshallah, and we're going to do now Hajj. Okay, now you've done your Umrah, and somebody was asking me a question that am I now, after doing the Umrah, am I still in the state of Ihram? So right at the beginning I told you that we're doing Hajj Tamattu', and what Tamattu' entails is, and the benefit of Tamattu' is, that you get out of the state of Ihram once you've performed the Umrah. Okay, once you've cut the hair, now you're out of the state of Ihram. Okay, now everything is permissible for you in terms of using perfume, in terms of cutting your hair, clipping your nails, wearing regular clothes. If you're with your wife and you're sharing a hotel room, intimacy is permissible and fine, everything is good. Okay, so all of the restrictions of Ihram have now been lifted. Okay, until the day of Tarwiyah. Tarwiyah is the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. The 8th of Dhul Hijjah is called Yawm al-Tarwiyah. And what do you do? What is the 8th of Dhul Hijjah for? This is the day when you are psyching yourself up, mentally preparing yourself for the most important day, which is the next day, which is the day of Arafah. It's leaking. Okay, so the day of Arafah, you're preparing yourself for that on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay, so you're going to be in the tent, and again, people are going to be, utilizing that free time with idle chit-chat, talking. You should be cognizant of the fact that you are now in Hajj. You are now in Hajj when you are in Mina. Okay, so wherever you are, most of you are going to be in Aziziyah, in apartments. You're going to put your ihram on, and you're going to be transported, inshallah, to the tents in Mina. When you put the ihram on, what you did the first time, you wash yourself, take a shower, etc., and then you put the sheets on, and from your hotel room, you start making talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. Okay? And also, labbaik Allahumma hajjan. Labbaik, I'm making the intention for Hajj. You then will be transported to Mina in the tents, and you will stay there until the 8th. Let's go through the thing. This is the breakdown of the things that are going to happen. These are the Hajj sites, Mina. These are the tents at Mina. Muzdalifah here, Arafat over there, Aziziyah, this is the Jamarat area. Okay, if you're with Darussalam, where you're going to be likely to be here. There's some tunnels that go through here from the main street, and this is where your apartments are going to be. Also Al-Madinah travel, you're going to be over here. Okay, it's like a 10-minute walk from the camp at Mina if you're in the VIP tents. Okay, let's carry on.
All these are walkable, right?
Yeah, if you're generally healthy, you should be able to walk. Okay, just one heads up. For guys, make sure you have Vaseline. Okay, what happens is, when you are in the state of Ihram, you have your naked thighs, when they rub against each other, it becomes very, very tender and painful. Very, very painful. You're sweating, and that makes it very tender. So before going for Umrah, when you basically put on the Ihram for Umrah, you should also put on Vaseline between the legs. And put it on quite a bit, otherwise you'll get a form of diaper rash. Okay, so it's very painful. So try to do that, and you'll see many people, they're going to be walking like this. Okay, you know what the problem is with this guy, because he forgot to use that. So that's the best thing to do. So when you said that about walking, I remembered. Okay, so these are all the distances between the places. Now most of you, I think some of you should have access to the trains. And if your travel agent has the access to that, you will get a green band. Okay, this is a special band that allows you to get in and out of the train station. Okay, if you can get onto the trains, then this is so easy for you. Last year it got a little bit crowded, but generally speaking, once you get onto the train, it's just like, high speed, takes you between all the manasik. You're not stuck in traffic all day. So it makes it very, very easy. Okay, carry on. This is like a bigger kind of picture. These are the roads, and this is the tunnel that you're going to come through. There's another tunnel over here too that you can come through walking, if you walk. Okay. Now, if you're going the way back, the pedestrian tunnels are just outside of Safa. Safa and Marwa, you can see them. Once you climb up, after doing Safa and Marwa, you climb up, you can see the tunnels, you go through them, and it takes you to Mina. And I'm going to tell you the importance of walking, if you can walk, from Mina in a minute, inshallah. Okay, carry on. Okay, basically all of you are going to be making ihram from wherever you are. Okay, no need to go anywhere. Wherever you are, you will start ihram from there. Go ahead. And from this point on, you will actually do talbiyah all the way until the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, which is the next 2 days. You're going to be performing talbiyah all the time. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, inshallah. Okay, Mina starts from here. This is the boundary of Mina. These are the tents of Mina. Okay, you will go to Mina in the morning of the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. Pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha and Fajr in their times with Qasr. You're shortening it, but praying it in its own time, not combining. Okay? After Fajr, then you go for Arafah. Go ahead. Staying this night in Mina is Sunnah. For some scholars, it is a wajib. If you can pray in Mina in Masjidul Khayf, which is from the VIP tents, it's like a 20-25 minute walk. Okay? If you can do that, it's Sunnah to do that. If you cannot and you're likely to get lost, don't even think about it. This is the boundary of Mina again. Just carry on. These are the Jamarats, by the way. And this is like historical stuff. If you could download this PowerPoint, it's just good information to have. This is a masjid, I believe it's called Masjidul Jinn, or Baytul Aqaba, where the bay'ah took place. Carry on. Yeah. Okay, this is Mina in 1885. You can see it's very plain. Just people put their own tents up. Okay, now after sunrise, this is the day of Arafah. Okay, after sunrise on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, you depart to go to Arafah. Most likely you're going to be taking a train. And again, Arafah is the most important day. This is a day which you should not lose. This is a day in which you have to be on the plains of Arafah. If you are not on the plains of Arafah, even for a few seconds, your Hajj is invalid. Your Hajj is completely invalid because you were not on Arafah. So you have to be on the plains of Arafah. Okay? The 9th of Dhul Hijjah, excellence of the day of Arafah. The Prophet ﷺ said that the most people that are forgiven during the whole year are on the day of Arafah. These are other scenes. That's Jabal al-Rahmah. And arrive at Arafah before Zawal if possible. These are people praying. Pray Dhuhr and Asr at Masjid Namira. If you can pray at Masjid Namira, it's going to be very, very crowded. Very, very crowded at Namira. And I don't recommend that people try to go there. Okay? Better to stay in your tent, do the ibadah in your tent, and recite Quran, istighfar, dua, as much as possible within the tent. Also, it's sunnah on the day of Arafah to actually stand out in the sun and make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why you see all of these moving pictures of people actually standing out in the sun. It's sunnah to do that. Okay, so the best thing to do is between Asr and Maghrib, as the day draws to a close, and you will feel actually a lot of passion, a lot of emotion, a lot of emotional du'as taking place collectively as the day of Arafah draws to a close. This is the day in which you should make the most dua and the most istighfar as much as possible, the most important day. So don't let it go to waste.
Okay to wear sunshade, sunglasses.
Glasses is fine, yeah, sunglasses are fine, yeah. Okay, this is Masjid Namira. Now remember this very important point. Masjid Namira, half of it is in Arafat and half of it is out of Arafat. So say for example, for some reason you came into Masjid Namira from that direction. And you think, okay, I'm in Arafah. Okay? And you stayed in the masjid all day, on this side. You are actually out of the boundaries of Arafah. Okay? So you miss your Hajj. Very, very important not to make that mistake. Okay? Go ahead. Okay, it says here, the history behind that. This is Masjid Namira where people gather, okay? On the evening of Arafah, you should make this dua as much as possible. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. See, everybody's outside, making dua as much as possible outside. You'll have your tents also, but the sunnah is to go outside and make dua. Go ahead. See here, look, there's the boundary of Arafah, and half of it is outside the boundary. Okay, when the sun sets, you leave for Muzdalifah. Okay, Muzdalifah, what happens is this. You are out on the plain. No tents, nothing. You're spending the night there. So, for some of the higher end packages, the travel agents will have carpets and everything laid out for you. They've allocated a place, and that place is specifically reserved for you. Okay? For other packages, it's just a toss-up. Wherever you can find a place, just lay your head down there and go to sleep. That's basically what you're supposed to do. It's out on the dirt. You should try to take a yoga mat with you from here. Okay? Go to Ross or TJ Maxx. They have yoga mats for $20. You can buy them. Take that with you so that you can use that over there. Try to travel light as much as possible. Try to eat light on the day of the day before Arafah and the day of Arafah and in Muzdalifah. Try to eat light, because the toilet facilities, they are very, very crowded, very, very packed. So the less you eat, the better it is for you, that you don't need to use the bathroom. Okay. Once you're back in Mina, okay, then the toilet facilities are much better. So it's a little bit, you can be relaxed in that sense at that point. Okay. Okay, when the sun set, you leave Arafah for Muzdalifah, going with calmness and tranquility. People do not go with calmness and tranquility, unfortunately. Why? Because they know that if they don't get there early, they're not going to get a place to sleep. So they're jostling and rushing and pushing and shoving, especially on the trains. It becomes very tense too. They're trying to get onto the trains. There's a lot of pushing and shoving at that point. Okay, so you should try to move with tranquility. Go ahead. There's people leaving Arafah for Muzdalifah. And it's just amazing. It's like, 2.5, 3 million people moving from one place to another. It's just a very moving scene. Go ahead.
Can you walk there?
You can, but from Arafah to Muzdalifah, it's quite a distance. It is quite a bit of a walk.
Men would need a lot of Vaseline.
Huh? Yeah, all of us need. Okay, it's not sunnah for the Haji to fast on the day of Arafah. Only for the person who's not in Hajj, it's sunnah. There you have to try to conserve your energy. So don't fast on the day of Arafah. Okay? Leaving Arafah before sunset, you're not supposed to. Standing outside the limits of Arafah, this invalidates the Hajj. Ascending the Mount of Arafah, Jabal Rahmah, you don't have to do that. Okay? This is in Muzdalifah. Okay? What you do is, at sunset, you leave Arafah and you pray Maghrib and Isha when you reach Muzdalifah, combined. Okay, this is what you do. I forgot to mention that Dhuhr and Asr, you combine it in Arafah, okay? Dhuhr and Asr, in Dhuhr time, you combine it. And in Muzdalifah, you combine Maghrib and Isha. Okay, so you're staying all night, and you see here, look, you see, it's just sand underneath. Okay, that's all you have underneath you, rocky ground. See how crowded it is? It's just so difficult to find a place, and again, just rocky ground here. And here you can collect pebbles from here also. How many pebbles are you going to need? Okay, you have, the first day you have 7, 1 rami, 1 jamara, and then the second day you have 21, third day you have 21, and fourth day you have 21. Okay, so how much is that altogether? 70 pebbles, if you're staying for 3 days after the 10th. Okay, you sleep until Fajr, pray Fajr at the beginning of the time, and then after Fajr you start leaving, you start departing. It is permissible for disabled, weak, the women to leave early. They can leave early in the middle of the night, around midnight. If they are finding it difficult to stay in Muzdalifah, they can start leaving. But it's sunnah to stay until Fajr time. Go ahead.
Is it required to spend the night at Muzdalifah?
It's required. It is required. It's you can say it's a wajib almost. I mean, if you don't have any excuse. That's what I said there. It is permissible for weak and the women and children to leave after the middle of the night for fear of the crush of people. This is Al-Mash'al al-Haram in Muzdalifah. If you can climb upon it, face the Qibla, okay, recite Takbir, Tahleel, make dua until the sky becomes bright. Then you leave from Mina before the sun rises, calmly while reciting Talbiyah. Okay, carry on. So then you go back to Mina. Okay, now what's going to happen is this. When you're coming back from Mina, if you leave, when you're coming back from Muzdalifah to Mina, if you have left early, okay, what's going to happen? The people may tell you, okay, you're going to pass the Jamrah anyway, so make Rami. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that, especially if you left in the middle of the night. Okay, if you left in the middle of the night, then it's still dark. You would go back to Mina again, you wait until sun rises, and then you do the Rami. Okay, in any case, everybody is going to leave after sunrise, okay, or close to sunrise. They will get to Mina. Okay, after getting to Mina, first thing you do is you go and perform the Rami. You will perform Rami. How do you perform Rami? Okay, let's just carry on. Just gonna these are the things which are prohibited, which are related to Muzdalifah. It says there, staying the night within Muzdalifah is a wajib. It's obligatory to do that. Okay. Also, you don't have to collect the pebbles from Muzdalifah. They can be collected from anywhere. Leaving Muzdalifah before Fajr is also not permissible unless you have women or children with you. Just carry on. It's the same thing. Okay, now you're going back to Mina. You're going from Muzdalifah back to Mina, and it's like early in the morning. Okay? You arrive to Mina. Okay, go back. You arrive to Mina the morning of the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. This is the busiest day of Hajj. You'll be doing the following. You're going to stone the Jamratul Aqaba. You're going to sacrifice an animal, shave or trim off your hair, and this you can do later on. You don't have to do it on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Go to Mecca and do Tawaf al-Ifadah and Sa'i and come back to Mina. Okay? You can, but these three, you're going to do them this day. Okay? So, the first thing is, you're going to do Rami. After Fajr, after sunrise, you're going to proceed to the Jamarat. And remember this, when you are climbing up the escalators nowadays, there are 4 or 5 entrances to the Jamarat. When you, depending on which escalators you take, it'll take you onto a floor. There are like 4 floors. Okay? So as you come inside the entrance, you'll have one Jamara here, like this, and then a second Jamara here, and then a third Jamara, right, the furthest one. What you do is you skip the first one, you skip the second one, and you go to the third one. The third one is the one that you're supposed to be pelting on the first day with 7 stones. You can do this on behalf of somebody. If you have an old person with you, you can do Rami on behalf of somebody. And the trick is this. Many people, as they're coming to the Jamara, right from here, they will start attacking it. And all the crowd is here. All the crowd is going to be over here. What you have to do, you work yourself to the side. You go around the outside, and go over here, and you will just be right next to the Jamara. No crowd whatsoever. It's just people, they just become very overzealous when they see the shaitan. They just want to beat it up from far away. So actually the sunnah is, you use your wisdom and your hikmah, and you do the Rami according to the sunnah. This is most harmful to the shaitan. And this hurts the shaitan much more. And remember, that's just a pillar. You're just stoning a pillar which symbolizes shaitan. It isn't shaitan itself. So don't think that you're hitting the shaitan. But if you're doing the Rami according to the sunnah, that is hurting the shaitan. That does hurt the shaitan. What is the sunnah way of doing it? You take the pebble, say Allahu Akbar, and you pelt it actually. You don't just throw it, you actually pelt. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, 7 times. Okay? You're not allowed to take the 7 and throw it at one time. That will be counted as 1 only. If you drop a stone or something, you can just pick one up from somewhere and just recompense for that. Okay? Have like an extra stone with you just in case you drop anything. But 7 stones and you're done. Okay? Then you move to the side. Okay? You're going to be on this side. You move to the side over here. Qibla is going to be in this direction. You face Qibla and you make dua. Okay, at this time. And then, okay, now, the sunnah is this. The sunnah is, you do Rami, then the slaughtering, then cutting of your hair, and then the tawaf. Tawaf ifadah. Okay? This is the sunnah. After doing the Rami, my suggestion is for people who are traveling within the next couple of days. Who's leaving, for example, on the 12th of the Hijjah? On the 17th or 18th? One person? Who else? Huh? Yeah, leaving Mecca. 2. There's 2 people, 3 people. Okay, so straight away you're going to leave. So what I would do is that on the 10th of the Hijjah, after performing Rami, go walk. Go walk towards Mecca. Go walk towards the Kaaba and perform the tawaf. Okay? And not only that, I would suggest to you that you would go and perform tawaf ifadah and tawaf al-wada' at the same time. Tawaf al-wada' is actually the last tawaf that you perform before leaving Mecca. Okay? But the thing is that you're not going to have much time. And what's going to happen, 10th of Dhul Hijjah is going to get packed later on in the day. 11th of Dhul Hijjah is going to get packed. 12th of Dhul Hijjah is going to be packed. To a degree, Last year, there wasn't even any construction there. They had to actually close off the haram. They stopped people from coming in at certain points. So what I would do is that I would actually go straight away and perform the tawaf. And this tawaf is very important. Okay, tawaf al-ifadah is very, very important. And without it, if you come back without performing this tawaf, intercourse with your wife or husband is not permissible. You're not allowed to do anything. It's just like you're unmarried. Okay? Unless you go back again, perform the tawaf, and then come back. And then it would be permissible for you to be with your wife again. Otherwise, no. So this tawaf al-ifadah, extremely important indeed. Okay? Do not miss it. And, yes. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay? If you're staying in Mecca, you can actually delay it. You can delay the tawaf. But I'm telling for the people who are leaving early, you're not going to have much time. So for those people, you should go immediately, walk, and just get it done, so that you're free from doing the tawaf. And also, with the same intention, you make tawaf al-wada'. Because again, you're not going to have time for that. According to some madhabs, this tawaf al-wada' is wajib. Okay, if you don't do it, you have to perform a sacrifice. So, yes, you also make sa'i in this tawaf. So tawaf, and then sa'i, and then walk back again. Now walking to Mecca, it's okay because you're going downhill. Coming back is a big challenge. It's like 3 miles going, and then the mileage for the tawaf, the mileage for the sa'i, and then all the way back up again. It's a little bit uphill. You're looking at around a walk of about 10 miles. Okay? If you try buses, it's going to be, you're going to be stuck in traffic. Train doesn't go to Mecca. The train does not go to Mecca. Okay? It only goes between Mina, Muzdalifah and Arafat. Okay, so again, and I'm saying this because of construction, number one, is going to be tight, and number two, because of your schedule being very tight. The 10th of Dhul Hijjah is the time, straight after sunrise, go do your rami, go and do the tawaf, and then come back, so you're done with it. Okay? Don't delay it any further than that. Okay? If you're staying 5-6 days, then the option is for you, after performing rami, come back to the tents, stay, relax, and if you are notified that your slaughtering has been done, then you can get your hair cut. Once your hair is cut, you can get out of your clothes, wear normal clothes. All of the restrictions of ihram have been lifted, except intimacy with one's wife. Okay, and that will be lifted, like I said, after tawaf al-ifadah. Okay, once you get your hair cut, the restrictions of ihram have been lifted. Okay.
That walk, we are still in the state of ihram. Can you wear shoes?
No shoes. Unless you stay a little bit, get your hair cut, wear your normal clothes, and then go, then you can wear your normal shoes. But again, my suggestion is if you keep it too delayed, then the haram is going to get packed. No. At that point, when you make the tawaf, you don't have to be in the state of ihram if you've had your head shaved. Yeah. Okay, so this was the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. So if you perform tawaf al-ifadah, then you're pretty much done. You've done all the major rites of Hajj. The only thing remaining is tawaf al-wada' at the end, okay, which you will do, okay, later on, and the 2 days of stoning, which is left. Okay, so the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, if you choose to do tawaf on that day, or if you're forced to do tawaf on that day, there's going to be a very, very busy day for you, very, very tiring day for you, a very, very packed day for you. Yes? Only the last Jamrah, the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. As you're walking, first, second, third, the last one, Jamratul Aqaba. Yes. What was that? Last Jamrah, right at the end. There's only one way in, right? There's only one way in. So you'll see one Jamrah, two Jamrah, third Jamrah. You're going to pelt the third Jamrah. All three. And the third day also all three. Fourth day, all three. Yeah. Okay, so then after that you come back to Mina. You have another one? No, you'll find water. Yeah, there's bathrooms there, but it's just very crowded. That's all. There's water there. And there's also water for drinking. So the water is not going to be a problem, inshallah. Okay, so now, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you are staying in Mina again. Okay? 11th of Dhul Hijjah, you wait until Dhuhr time, and when the adhan for Dhuhr is called, you will perform the Rami of all three Jamarat. Okay, so you go, first Jamara, again do it the same way. Attack the side, do the 7 stones like I mentioned, stand to the side, face Qibla, make dua. Second Jamara, same thing. 7 stones, stand to the side, make dua. The third Jamara, you don't make dua after that. You proceed back to the tent. Okay? This is the 11th of Dhul Hijjah. 12th of Dhul Hijjah, you do exactly the same thing again, after Dhuhr. Rami of the first Jamara, second Jamara, third Jamara. Okay? Dua, dua, no dua. Dua, first Jamara, dua. Second Jamara, dua. Third Jamara, no dua. Okay? Go back to your tent. If you want to leave on the 12th, you have to leave before Maghrib. You have to leave before Maghrib on the 12th, if you want to leave. It's an option for you to leave. Go back to Azizia, or go back to your hotel if you're leaving for Medina, but you have to leave the boundaries of Mina before Maghrib. If you are within the boundaries of Mina at Maghrib time, it is you have to perform Rami one more day. Okay? If you miss that, then you have to give dam. You have to slaughter an animal. Okay? So, if you're staying until one more day, what's going to happen is, the reality is this. People, because they're frustrated of being in the tent for so many days, and toilet facilities are not that good, everybody wants to go back to the hotel, people are going to be very frustrated, and then everybody wants to leave. So you'll see a huge rush on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah trying to leave Mecca. So what's going to happen is that you're likely to be stuck in traffic for many, many hours, and that becomes even more frustrating. So my suggestion is, you stay one more day. Okay? By that time, half of the tents are empty. You can sleep anywhere basically. You'll have beds and everything. You'll be relaxed. The bathroom facilities will be free for you. There's not going to be many people. It's going to be very easy for you that last day. So I know it's just asking you too much, but I think that's the best way for you. And it's also sunnah. You'll get more reward for doing the Rami for one more day. Okay? Yes? Yeah, 10th, 11th, and if you want to leave on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, you have to leave before Maghrib. Okay? What was that again? Yeah, if you stay until Maghrib in Mina, then you have to do Rami the next day. No, yeah, only do it on the 12th. Okay, so let's say, yes. No, you've gone out of Ihram as soon as you cut your hair. Once you cut your hair, you're out of Ihram. And then there's only one more component of Ihram left, that is left until you perform Tawaf al-Ifadah. That is the intimacy with one's wife. That is not going to be removed until you do Tawaf al-Ifadah. Okay? So, if you stay until the 13th, again Rami, all three Jamarat. First Jamara, second Jamara. Okay, after first Jamara make dua, second Jamara make dua, and the third Jamara you don't make dua. And by this time on the 13th, there's hardly going to be anybody there for performing the Rami. So it's just going to be very, very easy. Okay? And when you come back to Mina, to Mecca, after the 13th, you're going to be either in Aziziyah, or you're going to come back to Mecca. You have this Tawaf al-Ifadah left, and Tawaf al-Wada' left. Tawaf al-Ifadah, you try to do it as soon as possible, okay, so you don't miss it. And tawaf al-wada' is the last tawaf that you do before leaving. Before leaving, that's the last tawaf you do. This tawaf is basically, wada' means farewell. You're bidding farewell to the Kaaba. And just like you are bidding farewell to your parents, okay, you saw them after many years, you went to visit Pakistan or India, Bangladesh, you saw them after many years, you don't know that when you're going to visit them again, right? So, when you're departing from them, it's very emotional, very sad, okay? The same way you should be feeling when you're leaving from the Kaaba at this time, okay? So you perform the tawaf al-wada', perform 2 rak'ah, and ideally, this should be the last thing that you do before actually leaving Mecca, okay? With this, the Hajj is now complete, okay? Should be very, very clear for you. The only thing that I was suggesting, for those people that are leaving early, tawaf al-ifadah, do it on the 10th day, so you get it out of the way. And secondly, make also intention for tawaf al-wada' at the same time as you're making intention for tawaf al-ifadah, so you don't have to miss a wajib. You make the intention at the same time, simultaneously. Yes, now I'll open up for questions. I'm not going to go through the PowerPoint. If you want to get the PowerPoint, download it, and you can go through it yourself, inshallah. It will cover everything, inshallah. Yeah. What is that? No, tawaf al-wada' doesn't have sa'i. Only tawaf al-ifadah has sa'i. But when you're making the intention of tawaf al-ifadah and tawaf al-wada' at the same time, you have to make sa'i after that. This is the sa'i of tawaf al-ifadah. No. Unless you stayed and you go to perform tawaf al-ifadah on the 11th or 12th, which I think it's completely impossible to do. It's going to be difficult to do, but you can perform the same tawaf al-ifadah that you do on the 10th. You can do it on the 11th, you can do it on the 12th, okay? But there's no other tawaf other than that. Any other question?
You mentioned if I go to Jeddah and Medina, I will go to and one of them will be somebody that two of them will be
You can perform Umrah on somebody's behalf, yes.
the two is required if I go to Jeddah and Medina.
Yeah. You can do that. Yes. The Umrah is not required? Yeah, because, when you first enter Jeddah, that's one Umrah, that's required, okay? Second time when you're coming back from Medina, that Umrah is also required. Or, if you don't do Umrah, you stay in Ihram until the end of Hajj, which could be 8-9 days. Perform Umrah, yeah. To be able to remove the Ihram, you have to perform one Umrah. Put the Ihram on again. You can do it separately. It's just for those people that are leaving early, it is recommended, I recommend, my opinion is, that you should make intention for both at the same time. Yes. Yeah, it's mec1.org. MEC, the number 1.org. And I highly recommend the first PowerPoint. It is all practical advice prior to performing the Hajj. mec1.org.